G'day guys, it's Wildkard here from the heart of New Zealand in Tauranga, I think it's called, and at the back, right there, it's the famous, let me just get the name. I think it's called Taurangui. Taurangui is the name. Mount Maunganui. Anyway, close enough. It's right there. It's beautiful. I have the blending a little bit in the with the Kiwi jersey. There is literally a house here with an all-black flag in the background. Lots of really rich houses here, so I have to blend in. But to all of you Afrikaners who's watching this video for the Springboks team announcement, goeiedag, we gaan dit. And yes, so we are going to be talking about the Springboks, but let's try not to draw too much attention to us. So yeah, let's have a look at the news for the week. We'll talk about the Springboks first, and then we'll talk about some of the other news. World rankings actually hasn't changed at all. Let's just quickly have a look at this. The girls had their Rugby World Cup final on the week a couple of days ago, I think. And England won over Canada. Not much changes all around. There's a few changes in the lower rankings for the men's, but that's about it. And yes, obviously, we are here. Dr. Rassi Rasmus, as always, has announced his team a little bit earlier. Good morning, how are you? Ahead of time. And it's a bit of a funny thing, because sometimes after a big win like this with the Springboks, they tend to make a lot of changes because they wanted to, take an opportunity to try out new things, to try out new players, to, build towards the future. But I think Rassi is actually looking at consolidating in this game instead of just trying to, keep trying new things. I think he saw a lot of positives and he wants to build better. He talked about this week not wanting to be on the wrong side of history, wanted to be more consistent. And, there was a big shift when Sasha, took the game and tried really push the Springboks to a new style of attacking rugby with a lot of absolute brilliance out of Sasha. I guess in one sense, it's about testing if Sasha can continue with that performance again this week, and also just to make sure that this was no fluke and continuing with the strategy that they've been working towards this weekend at Twickenham. It is going to be tough, it's going to be hard, and it's going to be absolutely brutal. And also Rugby Championship is on the line as well. They don't want to, any sort of chances of losing that, and just want to clean sweep all the trophies for the Springboks after retaining the Freedom Cup here in New Zealand. So yeah, only a couple changes for the Springboks, one in the starting and I think one in the back line. Let's take a quick look at the players that will be representing this weekend. The only change Springboks is Ox and Che has come on for, I don't even know, Beauden Venter, actually, I do know. Beauden Fanta, the Fat Thor, was replaced, and he's not playing at all this weekend. Malcolm Mark's coming to number 2. We've got Thomas Dutoy, retains the number 3 jersey. Eben Esbet coming number 4. We've got Ruan Nokia, who retains the number 5 jersey, who's been outstanding for the Springboks. The captain comes in number 6. Sia Khaleesi coming number 7. We've got Peter Step Dutoy coming number 8. Jasper Visa, who had an outstanding game last week, and he just really, redeemed himself from that red card and put himself back in the grace of Rassi Rasmus. Coming number 9, Kobus Reinach once again, and Sasha Feinberg Ungomezulu. Potentially, he's going to take over the greatest Springbok in history Springbok title from Damien Willemse if he wins us our World Cup this year, potentially, because that performance on the weekend was the greatest performance from an individual Springboks I have ever seen, potentially of all time. But yeah, it is absolutely incredible, but he has to continue that. And I think that, winning the World Cup is obviously a different story, and he has to deliver that again in the bigger stages for him to be considered the greatest Springbok in the history of the Springboks. Coming up at 11, Ethan Norahuka for the winger position. Damien Dealinda comes in at number 12. I think there might be an injury. We'll have a look at it later for Willemse. He's not selected today. And Dealinda was on the field at 12 as well last week. And so there could be an issue there. We'll have a look at what happened with Willemse. Kenan Moody returns number 13. Chilson Kobe number 14. Oh no, Willemse is right here. What am I talking about? I thought it was in... Anyway, there was some... one of you guys confused me with the comments on the weekend that Willemse didn't go to 12, and I thought he might got injured. But he's right here, still holding the title, the greatest Springbok in history of Springboks. 2 World Cup wins. and plenty of versatility. And coming in at number 15 from the Stormers, Damien Willems. In the benches now, we've got a few changes. The veteran Bungin Bunabi comes back at number 16, and Jan Hendrik Vessels comes in number 17, and Wilco Lowe number 18. No Fat Thor on the bench. Coming in number 19, Achia Sneymond. Number 20, Albertus Smith, the finisher. Once again, Rassi has opted for the 5-3 setup, traditional style. Much more, I guess, bit of a predicting on the law change coming up potentially. Number 21, we got Grant Williams. Grant Williams. Number 22, Mind the Block has been great coming off the bench. Again, the attacking style he brings a different more options for the Springboks as well. So a bit difference from Sacha and give him an opportunity to play at fullback. And finally, number 23, Jesse Krill is here ahead of Esterhuizen. Is Esterhuizen the one actually injured? Yeah, Esterhuizen is actually the one that's injured. Is he? Is he injured or is he just taking a break? But yes, Krill's coming back. Probably the best Springboks in the last 4 years. He's back here at number 23 this weekend. Moving on to the next bit. So yeah, Rassi talked about, worry about being right over history, want to be consistent. There's a bit of news about Reece Zammit, so we're not going to talk about that. Let's book the next one. We've got, so in the Gal Prem, Gallagher's Premiership, the Gal Prem, they've introduced a 20-minute red card, which is a good idea, in my opinion. I think that should be adopted all around the world. And next up, we've got the Derby Lancaster has found himself a new place at the Force. Let's move on to some bigger news. It's a bit out of place because I'm just literally out here. Manonu signed another extension. He's become the oldest player to score try in top 14. He's absolutely man with ageless. Is the so McDermott had a bit of injury for the Wallabies. Moving on to a bit of Bledisloe now. McDermott has taken off the field early, and with him out, there's going to be a little bit of SOS going out for the Wallabies. Ryan Lonergan was called already, a number of people being injured, and but yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. So he's injured. Wallabies 9 is looking really thin right now in eye position. May have to get Nick White unretired for this one. Who knows? If he hasn't been drinking too much, he probably can just come back in. But highly doubt it. But obviously, we've already reported last week. Big Willie Skilton is back. Rob Valentini also back from injury, a little bit of injury, and then also Josh Fluke has joined the squad. I thought he was always been with the squad for the Wallabies, to be honest. But he's back in contentions this weekend. Moving on, we've got Jamie Joseph, actually. He's taking charge of the All Blacks 15 program. So he's going to be basically the B team, looking at the All Blacks B team and potentially eyeing down the one-eyed Crusader at the helm, potentially take him in, take out his spot at some point in the future if things go awry. England won the Girls World Cup already. There was a bit of news that the Australian, I'm not sure what's going on here, but the Australian schoolboys, apparently it was just dominating the Kiwis, 160 something points, 129. Sorry, 160 be too much. Just ridiculous. 129 points against the Kiwi under 18s. That's quite a ridiculous result, but it's good to see. We've got something coming through. Maybe the next Joseph Swali. So 2 All Blacks has been ruled out of the second test. Obviously, Beauden, he grounded the ball. I had some pictures. He was already caught. I saw him with a sling on his arm, so he probably pulled something on his shoulder. And he is definitely out. And Ethan de Groot also confirms that he was injured as well. So so ACL, I've got an ACL injury, AC joint injury, so it's here with your shoulder. I've actually got one, you can see that it's still popped out. Basically, it's the joint where your collarbone goes into the shoulder socket and it pops out. It pops out really easily in rugby, and it could be just from landing awkwardly, exactly what Beauden has done. So that's gonna be a tough one, but it's one of those injuries where it's not too bad, but it will it will take a you might never go back to 100%, but it will like cease to hurt after like pretty quickly. So he might be able to play quite soon. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say how long will it take. Um, the Caleb Clark, despite being taken off early, he's still okay. And what's going on with De Groot? HIA. So De Groot is not going to be played because of concussion, so he will not be available for the second test due to the protocols. And finally, bit of news today. I think this is the final bit. Hopefully, this video hasn't turned out too badly. Oh yeah, just a response for the brain fart from Kobe. Yeah, he just explained. He just tried to pass the ball to his teammate. Didn't try to do a kickoff, but in all technicality, it was a kickoff. So it's really unfortunate, but it just happens. But it's okay. It's okay. I've seen a lot worse from the Waratahs. You know, famous props, and maybe like I said in my other video, maybe Cheslin Kobe just inside that little body is actually a prop at heart, a Waratahs prop at heart, a New South Welshman prop at heart. But yeah, things happen. It's not a big deal. Maybe it could be like 4D chess, right? Springboks after that just kicked Sasha into another level. Maybe that's why. Maybe he's just looking at Sasha Feinberg kicking all the penalty goals and just like, yeah, I got to do something to make this kid step out another gear. And he just did that to just spice up things a little bit for his own teammate. But yeah, that's the video for today. Thanks for watching. Once again, coming from the beautiful land of Aotearoa. Maybe have a quick look around. And let's